everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back. A round of applause that Yoseline is giving. I'm Brenda.
I'm Yoseline. Welcome back. We are back after a 2-week hiatus.
Yes, it feels so good to hear this music, to be back in this vibe. Yost has nice... we haven't seen your highlights since...
Guys...
We're changed people.
A lot has happened in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I have highlights. I have acrylic nails. I have a laminated eyebrows. What
is going on? Who are we? I mean,
I'm 32 now.
You're 32 now. Right, is Yoseline's birthday. She was off in California celebrating
soaking up the sun. Yes. And we're happy to be here. Happy to, just get back into this vibe. Yeah. Specifically this vibe, this show.
Yes, I've missed it so much, especially with like the Vanderpump Rules finale and I have been wanting to vent to anybody who will listen my feelings on everything that's been going on, and I've been just having to talk to Carlos, and he's like, we're too in the past of VPR. He doesn't know what's going on in the current time. So he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I need to talk to somebody about all this. But yeah. Yos, how are you doing? How were your 2 weeks?
So, yes, we didn't have a show for 2 weeks because I went on vacation, and it was just needed. It was very much needed. I went back home to California, to Fresno, California, to visit my family, to go to my sister's graduation. So I just kind of stayed in that area. I went to Pismo Beach. I went to Yosemite. I just did, what good San Joaquin Valley
California girls do.
Yeah, and it was just needed. I'm happy to be back. I do miss the weather over there, but...
I bet.
And I got to spend my birthday with my family, so I turned 32 over there. And guys, I'm 32.
I feel like you are in your moment.
Oh, I like that.
You're in your moment. 32 is going to be a good year.
I hope so. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for bringing this good vibes towards me. I hope so. I hope... age comes wisdom, and I hope I get wiser and finer and all of that stuff.
Aging like fine wine.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm not very, I'm 30-something. I'm excited. I am very much... I feel it. I feel it in my core that I'm 32. Yeah. I don't think I look it. I hope I don't look it. But, I feel like I'm so... when I say
I feel like you get to enjoy your 30 because, when you turn 30, it's like, wow, I'm 30. And then 31.
You mourn your 20s. So 30, you mourn your 20s. It hits you hard because you're like, wow, I'm no longer the youngest person at work. I don't say I'm 20. Oh, people were like, oh, she's in her 20s. You're no longer. So 30 is really, hard on people. Me, I feel like you mourn it a lot. 31, you're kind of like, well, bulls. Embrace it, girl.
Yeah. There's no way to go back. Yeah. You can only go forward.
So by 32 now, I'm just like, you know what? I'm in my 32s. I'm single. I have my job. I'm independent. I have no kids. What's holding me back from just
30, flirty, and thriving?
Yeah. So I'm happy to be here. And
thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, my little spiel. But I'm excited. Excited for the summer that's coming or here. I don't even know. But with this weather,
I'm really excited for summer.
Me too.
I don't know why.
I feel like I'm like when you school ends and you're like, yeah, summer vacation. That's what I feel like. Even though
we're not gonna have vacations, but it feels like I feel like with your hair, it's giving me summer right now. I feel like I'm in summer.
Yeah.
I get to see in my neighborhood all the kids having a great time, and I'm like, more power to you, feeling like summer.
Mm-hmm, but it's good, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll get something tatted, something pierced. That's the vibe this summer.
Just don't regret it, because sometimes I regret mine. Don't regret it. Yeah, because you don't want to have something that you just kind of like, ugh.
You're like, it's cringe.
I feel like they say with tattoos, you hate it and you love it.
Yeah, but I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be back. What'd you do without me, Brenda?
Yes, honestly, everything that I say I do all the time. It's so funny because whenever my family asks me, how was your week? I'm just like, you can already assume I just worked, watched TV, relaxed. I actually saw a lot of my friends recently because I went to go visit some the following weekend that you left, and then this recent weekend was a lot of graduations. Went to a lot of grad parties. That was so much fun, getting to see people I haven't seen in a couple years. So yeah, it was just friends, work. And this month, I'm going to have some time off, so I'm excited.
I do have to say that. So I made a TikTok, guys, while I was in California of my mother. It has like 400,000
Really?
views.
I saw it.
And I was just like, wow, it took my mom to like give me some views.
But when I saw that, she was cracking open a beer at a graduation. Love to see it.
Yeah, so we were at my sister's graduation, and we were in a suite, and the suite had like drinks. So my mom, which my mom, by the way, never drinks, didn't even finish that beer that she cracked open. And she's just like, and like drinking it. So I edited it being like, when your last of your 3 daughters like graduates college, and then I put like music. Got a lot of buzz.
It was a good one. I cracked up because you could see the relief on her face.
Yes.
Like, don't have to worry about any more.
Last daughter graduated.
Yeah.
I don't think my sister's going. Maybe not right now. She's working, so no more.
But
students.
let's have a bigger conversation about this. They have suites at
yeah.
graduations where they provide alcohol.
No, so it's like going to the arena. The graduation is held at the arena, which is on the campus of college, like our college. It's like where all the concerts happen. So they have the suites. Like if you were to go to a concert, you get a suite.
Oh, true. I guess that's kind of how it was here. Like people had like the McDonald's suite. They had people.
Yeah, so we were there with.
But I'm like, how badass, like bar.
Well, the sponsor of the suite was like a liquor company.
Oh, okay, that's so
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah.
So I went to a graduation where it was, I think, close to 1,000 high school students. Boring experience. of my life.
Even more specifically, the graduation we were at, it's for Fresno State, and this Saturday night graduation, it's called the Chicano Latino graduation. So it doesn't matter what you graduated, if you're anyone's
that's
welcome.
cool.
You sign up, and the whole the whole graduation commencement ceremony is bilingual.
That's badass.
And when you graduate, you get your name called, but when you get your name called, you get to pick your parents' name gets called on too. Or like the older people, they get their kids or who was interesting? Their grandparents, I think. Some kids had their grandparents, depending on who raised them. So it's like Brenda Camacho, daughter of blah, 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 blah.
That's cute.
So it's super cute, and it's all bilingual. There's mariachi, there's banda, there's folklorico.
I'm like, I don't see this in Laredo, and it's a border town.
But there's
That's
also
so cool.
like different other, like there's the Hmong celebration. There's like the Black Student Association does their own. So it's just like a cultural thing they do.
That's really cool. That's such a cool thing to do.
Yeah. So
Wow.
so that's why we were cracking open those
That's
Equis.
awesome.
But
Man. Well, that's our lives. Even though it's been 2 weeks.
it's been 2 weeks,
But there's a lot going on in pop culture that we're not going to go over the last 2 weeks because that's going to be really difficult. It's going to take like a long time, but we're just going to kind of do our typical headlines. And then we do have several topics that are going to go over many things. And then obviously our recaps are so important. And we're going to get to that VPR
yeah, we're
recap.
just going to go through we'll do the quick headlines as quick as I can, guys. But,
Yoselin, kick it off.
Okay, let's start off with... I don't know why I find this so funny when I keep reading the headlines, but at age 83, Al Pacino is about to have a baby with his 29-year-old girlfriend. This comes after Robert De Niro, 79, recently welcomed his 7th child with his young partner, too.
Cringe.
It's just
Cringe. So you're not going to be alive when your child is like 10.
Yeah.
When your child can
okay, that's
live their lives.
It's such a deeper conversation to have where it's like, are you grateful that you're able to bring a life to this world? Or it's like, it's detrimental that this child will not grow up with their father because by the age of 15.
But that financial security, though.
And also his girlfriend's 29.
We all know why.
Like,
smart move. Get him when he's like close to the end.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should.
And have that baby. That's the playbook we all need to follow.
I'm just very interested to see how that dynamic works, but congratulations.
Oh yeah,
Al Pacino.
the science, no, not really.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, anyway, so Britney Spears spoke out after her mother, Lynn Spears, paid a long-awaited visit to the singer's home. Taking to Instagram, Britney addressed how the meetup went, revealing that the pair talked it out and were able to try to make things right. Page 6 reports that the hangout only lasted about 30 minutes, and the toxic singer husband was also present.
I'm glad to see them reconnect. I don't know if
Page 6 also
genuine.
That's the thing. It's like, oh, now that her book is so close, now you want to reach out.
Oh my gosh, that's true. Her book. That's definitely gonna be on the list.
It's also, the article also said that she wasn't blindsided by the visit. Like, the mother and daughter have been like texting.
Okay.
So it's not like, wow, but
She loved her mother. Like, I had her book, the first book that she released, that like a picture book, and all of them was just like her loving her mom so much. So I'm glad to see them rekindle it, but I just hope it's on a positive note and not anything like to benefit her, like the mom to benefit herself.
We'll see how this go. I mean, this is all from Britney's Instagram, so
straight from the horse's mouth.
If something were to go, wrong, she'll probably
speak about it too.
So Kim Cattrall, the actress who played the boldly sex-positive Samantha through 6 seasons, and 2 movies of Sex and the City, but who has been glaringly absent from the show's revival, will appear in one scene of its 2nd season. The streaming service Max confirmed.
I'll take it. You never watched Sex and the City, right?
I think I've only watched 1 movie because it was just like all my friends wanted to go see it. I'm like,
I know which one you're talking about, because I remember my mom even was like, I'll take you to go watch it. And I'm like, I don't think I need to know what happens in that
Indian
world.
one?
The first one.
The Dubai.
Oh, okay. No, I saw the first one.
Okay.
But it's a good show. I think you would like it. I am super excited because obviously it's not a well-kept secret. Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker did not get along throughout the filming not throughout the filming, but I guess towards the end of it, they just did not get along. It was hard for her to even do the movies. And so she said, I am never getting back into the franchise. So, I mean, the paycheck must have been good.
It must have been good, and there must have been agreements.
Some sort of incentive to
Jessica's
get her back.
not going to be in that scene.
Oh, 1,000%.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
No. But I'm excited to see part 2 because they're going to bring back Aiden, who I absolutely loved him. And it's so funny because my sister texted me last night. She was like, she's coming back. And I was like, yep, I know it. I'm excited about it.
We'll see how that goes. I'm excited for there to be
honestly,
on set drama.
the new revival first season, I didn't even finish it. It wasn't very good.
Maybe that's why. I don't think I hear a lot about it. Honestly, the name is kind of confusing.
Yeah, I don't even know the name.
It's like...
You even said it though, right?
I didn't said it. I don't think I said it, actually.
I don't even remember what it's called, but
it's like a weird name where I'm just like, what?
Like the first... one last something.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Weird.
All right.
So, okay. Couple rumors, guys. Listen up. So Haley Steinfeld has been spotted on a date with her rumored boyfriend, Josh Allen. He's an NFL player, and...
For the... who does Josh Allen play with? I think it's with the Buffalo Bills.
Sure.
But yeah,
they look good together.
They do look good together. You need to nab an NFL player. That's security for the rest of your life.
That's like a thing right now. That's like a thing right now.
I feel like celebrities are kind of going for sports people.
Because why? Because they're focused on their stuff. You don't have to deal with them until they want to retire. But also, are they not learning from Giselle? Do you want to live that life? I don't know. I just know Haley
Tom
is looking
Brady is another. Tom Brady's another story. I could have seen that happening. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna last a very long time, Haley and this guy. But I think it's cute.
Because I couldn't even tell you the last time she dated someone.
I think the last person I know that she dated was Liam Payne. No, was Niall. I thought they were cute, but I mean, I feel like she's very low key. So. Good for her.
That's what I heard. Even with her charity work and stuff, it's super low key. But I just saw pictures of her from the Spider-Verse premiere.
Yes, she has such great style.
At 21 or 18, I don't know which. It's her fashion changed, and it was just
she is gorgeous. I remember when she started the whole blood movie, the There Will Be No Blood or something like that, where she was like a kid to now, like she just,
and I love her on Hawkeye.
I didn't watch that series.
It's actually really good.
I heard it's good. It's just sometimes it's hard for me to get into Marvel a lot of time. I like Marvel Universe. It's just some things I don't feel like watching. But yeah.
Who else? Okay, so this one's good, guys. Rumored couple Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet appear to have taken the next step in their relationship, meeting each other's families. Well, the Kardashian star and Call Me by Your Name actor were photographed together for the first time.
Finally, we have confirmation on this union.
They were mingling with each other's relatives at a barbecue earlier this month. So Jenner's sister Kendall Jenner and Chalamet's sibling actress Pauline Chalamet can be seen spending time with the rumored lovebirds at the gathering in the photos obtained by Page Six. And I saw the pictures. And
they're
just
legit
chill.
Paparazzi photos.
Yeah, it's like, that's super like invasive though, because it's like their backyard through trees.
So you can tell when it's not legit, but it's not staged when you get those types of shots, like the whole GM3, like super invasive photos. That tells you like, okay, it was hard to get that, so it must be something.
And they have been talking for a while, because Kylie was not dressed. Like, she was wearing sweats and a t-shirt and her hair, like, down messy.
Yeah.
You can't really see her face, so I don't know if she was wearing makeup, maybe a little bit. And he was, like, in board shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And Kendall and his sister, Pauline, were just in, like, flannel and something, like, hair clips.
So, yeah, they've been hanging out for a while. If you're willing to be that comfortable in how you look, but I feel like that's her vibe now. She's going for the Sophia Richie, like, casual,
clean,
rich, clean look.
Simple. But finally, after so many rumors and, like...
Yeah. We were like in the middle of a meeting and I was like, oh my God, look.
Yeah, so I'm glad those pictures, if you guys haven't seen it, go check that out. Other couple thing, which kind of took me by surprise. Well, sorry, darlings, Harry Styles may be off the market again. The Watermelon Sugar crooner, 29, has reportedly grown close to model Candace, is it Swanepoel?
Swanepoel. I don't know. I never knew how to pronounce her last name.
It's the Victoria's Secret model, which obviously she's gorgeous. No pictures, just sources telling The Sun about that they're close. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
She's
seeing
gorgeous.
That. She's gorgeous. She doesn't seem to have drama like Olivia Wilde. And
is he going to turn into a Leo where he just dates supermodels?
That's another thing, though. He's going through something, I bet you.
I mean, the man is still on tour. I saw him announce more dates. I'm like...
Really?
Yeah. He's booked until, I think, July.
This year.
This year.
Oh.
But I'm like, the man just does not stop.
Ya siéntate.
Like, the album came out 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Well, speaking of music, because Olivia Rodrigo teases new music as she celebrates 2 years of Sour. In her email newsletter to fans on Saturday, Rodrigo included a handwritten note reflecting on the 2-year anniversary of Sour, while also including a hidden message. So Rodrigo purposely capitalized O and R and bolded the number 2, leading people to believe that she definitely is teasing for a second album, like Olivia Rodrigo too.
And then on there, she had a driver's license, and people were pointing out on TikTok that in the first time she used it, it had the date of the album release, and that it changed to possibly her new album release date, which I think was June 30th.
Okay.
So new music
or
could be
least
coming out
a new
soon.
song.
Yeah, or maybe like, pushing out a
single.
song. But, you know, this kind of brings back the whole thing, because I was watching, while you were gone, I was watching a lot of TikToks, obviously, what I do all the time. But... you know, once again, what happened with Taylor and Olivia? Like, what happened?
I would love to know what happened.
I want to see her release her album, and if it was about her trying to separate her image, or if they just really don't have a relationship like that
because
anymore.
They got to know each other, and it's just like...
that, and also with the whole deja vu thing where she had to give Taylor and, you know... Jack and
someone else,
I forgot her name, she's that singer, they had to give her credit for the song.
Which that deja vu was like the least one that, in my opinion, resembled.
So what she said was that what she took from her was from Cruel Summer, the part where she shout sings, but that she copied that style. But it's like,
anyone could do that. Everyone does
Yeah.
that. Screamo music does it all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the one with that mimics the New York one.
Oh, yeah,
New
yeah.
Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
That one definitely sounds alike. But yeah, I'm excited. I was actually listening to Sour.
It's such a good album. It's been a while since I've listened to it.
The way the track list is just so good too. Like it's perfect, really. Which is hard. Like, will her second album live up to the hype of her first one? That was like the I don't know, chaos around Dua Lipa after she like.
Yeah, your sophomore album, is it going to be a hit or a miss?
It's always a make or break because it's like, well, were you just lucky or were
and
you?
a lot. I mean, it makes people curious. Is Taylor ramping up stuff because to overshadow Olivia's release? Because like obviously Olivia's like the younger generation's Taylor Swift.
Drama. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's talk about the queen herself, Beyonce. So Beyonce has been touring in Europe, and just her Paris show was like the place to be.
Beautiful.
Not only were there celebrity spottings, which I'll list them shortly, but she also brought out Blue Ivy Carter, her oldest child, who is touring for the first time on the Renaissance World Tour, and even choreographed dances for the tour. Do you believe that?
That is so awesome. Oh, I don't think she choreographed dances.
Yeah, she's out there dancing, and
that was pretty cool. I mean, you are
Nepo baby.
Oh yeah, you're a Nepo baby, but you're in Paris, like making your debut basically for your mom, who is like the queen of pop.
Why not take advantage of that? I will never
I am so curious who Blue Ivy is going to become. Is she going to be a dancer? Is she going to be an artist?
I feel like she's going to be a dancer just because she is choreographing and dancing. Like, if she was a singer, I think she'd have her up there, like, singing. At least for one song.
Kind of like how J-Lo does it with her kids. She lets her
kid.
kids sing. And
so I think it's going to be dancing right now.
Good for her.
And as I mentioned, that Paris show was just, like, the place to be. So let me just name off some of the celebs that we're seeing there. Megan Thee Stallion, Natalie Portman, Pharrell Williams, Kris Jenner, Lenny Kravitz, Chris Rock, and Selena Gomez. Well, Selena Gomez was also, I was watching these TikToks saying that Selena Gomez was actually like very, like people were screaming for Selena. Like she was the celeb that was getting the most attention out of them. But there's a video circulating where she's walking and then she's like, agitated at her security guard. I don't really see why though. No one kind of knows why. There's no video of like, they said it was him being kind of aggressive towards fans, but there's no footage of that.
I saw one like super far away photo of like these swarm of girls that were kind of getting close to her. I don't know if that was the lead up to the moment.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like a Taylor moment, like stop.
She didn't even do anything.
She wasn't doing anything. Hey, stop.
Oh, Taylor. But yeah, so that was just the place to be. Everyone just looked so fashion forward. Natalie Portman was actually right next to Jay-Z, like talking and bopping. Like out of all the people on that list. Like,
honestly, the day that all those videos and photos were coming out, I was getting confused as to where this crowd was. Because the same night it was Taylor's New York shows. And I was like, who is at what right now? Because I can't tell what celebrities are where.
Yes, I know what you mean.
And then when it was like Beyonce Paris, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense why there's so many like celebrities I keep seeing on my feed.
Yeah, I love that. They just all look super classy. So another quick headline, we're getting reports that a fourth Spider-Man with Zendaya and Tom Holland is reportedly in the works, which we love to see, not only them as a couple, but as a Marvel fan. That just means that...
And it was his birthday Thursday, the day we're recording, so Zendaya's been posting like pictures of him with like hearts and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's so cute.
So it's cute that it was kind of announced or leaked that they're doing another movie on his birthday. Good for him.
And the final quick headline, Little Mermaid is out, guys. And I went to see it.
You did?
I did went to see it. I did go see it. It was so good. Like,
I heard that she was like perfect casting.
That girl could sing, like...
Oh, yeah. I, like, cried when I saw her Disneyland performance.
Just wait till you see her, like, the whole...
Yeah, the whole thing.
Part of your world. And then, you obviously know how it ends, but the Under the Sea part or the one that Sebastian sings, she harmonizes for it, which in the cartoon, it's just a Sebastian solo. So she harmonizes for it, which is super good. Then for...
Who does Aquafina play?
Scuttle.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And then she sings a new song, which I believe was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Interesting.
It's interesting because it's technically when she's mute. So it's like her inner thought, the song.
Oh.
And
they're like, let's get Haley singing this entire
movie.
movie.
She also does the voice for Ursula the Human when she's like the singing part. It's her, obviously.
Hallie.
Yeah, so it was good. It was really good. I loved, like, the Murd people. Murd people are just so crazy. Like, I always think about, like, what if that was true? Like...
Mer people? Yeah.
Like...
I think it's totally... I think there are mer people.
Uh-huh.
Like mermaids, right?
Yeah.
I think there are, but I think they're scary.
Oh, you've seen those things, like those weird fish.
They're scary. Yeah, like they're...
So another thing is, I barely made this connection, which I don't know how I didn't make the connection. The reason why his... like the mermaids, Ariel and her sisters could sing so well is because sirens sing and entrance people with their voice.
Yeah.
I just never kind of made that connection.
I never made the connection, but it reminds me of Harry Potter. Remember when they're doing the Quidditch, not the Quidditch games, but they're doing that whole thing, and you can't listen to the mermaids.
Yeah. So that is kind of like plays into that a little bit. They pointed out a little bit more where like Ursula, I don't know if I should tell you, but Ursula, there's a little twist to one of Ursula's things, which wasn't in the original. And then the other one was Ursula points out a lot like, oh, he'll never fall in love with you because you don't have your voice to entice him, which wasn't really prominent or that much pointed out in the cartoon one.
I think that they're definitely just playing a lot with her voice and just how amazing it is, which is great. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and I also heard a little tidbit about the movie that the reason why the sisters all look different is because they're from different oceans.
Yeah,
so I
the
thought that was
7
kind of
oceans.
cool.
I thought she had more than 7 sisters. I thought there were 12.
Or like they're from different countries or
so
some
it's supposed to be
area.
the 7 oceans of the world.
Yeah,
that's what he calls my seven daughters or from the oceans or something. And it's really cute. The girl from Bridgerton's one of the sisters,
I saw that.
but she doesn't have a speaking role. She just sits there. Which, whatever. I mean, I would have done it.
So.
I know. But yeah, that's
Those
basically
are our
it.
quick headlines. Woohoo! I'm gonna do a quick sweep while I let Yost introduce our
So
topic.
our first one we're going to talk about, it's this recent update and pictures we've been seeing from on the set of It Ends With Us. So It Ends With Us is a novel that's being turned into a movie. It was actually one of our first books, or second book technically, in our book club. So we knew it was going to be turning into a movie, so that's why we picked it, yada, yada, yada. We got word that Blake Lively was casted as the lead. Justin Baldoni was casted as the male lead. And pictures of them shooting on set have been just emerging, and it just keeps getting worse.
I don't even want to look at more because it's just gonna make me want to never see this movie ever.
No, we have to see it
in the light, but we have to. But it's so bad. And when I read the book, I wasn't like, oh my god, Lily Bloom is this artsy fartsy like.
I never
pictured her style. Like it was never.
I think I didn't either, but it was, for me, she was just your average girl. She wasn't like in a specific category where she was like artsy, sporty, whatever. She was just your basic girl that was just obviously beautiful. Her red hair was nice, but she never really stood out. So the fact that she got, intertwined in this type of relationship, it would have.
They just made that outfit like her personality trait, but she didn't have a personality.
She owns a flower shop, but she's not a gardener, Exactly. It was very, but I did tell Brenda that maybe, just maybe, crossing my fingers, the reason why she looks so frumpy and just kind of like her hair is a mess is because spoiler alert, there is abuse, like physical abuse in the storyline, and maybe we see, you know,
the stages of her.
That's what they're shooting now. The stages of I'm assuming, you know, when people
I think that image of the plaid sweater thing that she was wearing, I could totally see that being in the abuse phase.
But that boxer one, no, because
the one with the her hair is done. Like it looks like she just opened up her flower shop. That outfit worries me. Like, who is in charge of costumes? Really. Can we have a conversation? Can I tell you, what are you doing? I mean, I know this isn't present time, right? It's like maybe a couple early 2000s or something.
Because Ellen, it's like during Nemo and Dory. Oh no, that was one day she was a teenager.
So it's early 2000s-ish. Maybe like 2010s.
Yeah.
Who on earth was wearing that outfit in the 2010s? Anybody artsy? No. Like, that was not the style. I mean, it was 10 years ago, but I feel like that outfit was in the early 90s.
It's not even an outfit.
Worn
the
by
thing
men.
is that that outfit could be an outfit, but that is not Lily Bloom.
It isn't. And honestly, like, Blake Lively is one of the most gorgeous women on this earth.
But that's also the thing. Like, Blake Lively is so gorgeous and hot and beautiful and whatever.
And I get that that's not Lily Bloom, but I just don't even want to hang out with Lily Bloom. Like, honestly.
That's not Lily Bloom. Like, a lot of it has to do that this girl didn't have a lot of boyfriends. Blake Lively has had, like, she's so gorgeous. Like, I don't believe that you haven't had a lot of boyfriends. Okay, yeah, you know what I mean? Where Lily Bloom
they're doing a good job at that.
Like, Lily Bloom was those kind of girls that are beautiful, but it takes you a while.
Yeah, you have to like really look.
Either you're like, oh wow, like, this girl's naturally beautiful, and because she's so simple, she doesn't stand out.
I really hope that Blake brings out all those acting chops, because
I don't even consider it.
If you can't use your gorgeousness, which I'm not saying you have to do, like, use your acting skills, but they should. I don't know. I'm not liking what I'm seeing.
And I love Justin Baldoni. Like, I
think
he
is perfect.
His casting
is perfect. I'm like, did you really have to go that big? Mm-hmm. Like, Blake Lively's big name-wise, not acting chops-wise. It's very, like, PG-13 movie acting level.
Yeah.
But, like, you could have gotten somebody else to meet that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Blake Lively was a big...
They still haven't even announced the younger versions, right?
No, they haven't.
Huh. Maybe they haven't.
That's interesting, because then it's maybe like unknowns.
I think they would have, because it's just been... I think there was an open casting.
Oh, okay. Because that's so strange. If they're already in filming, like, you're only allotted a certain amount of time.
There's this girl on TikTok that, like, imitates Blake Lively, and I know they, like, they cast, like, she was auditioning.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. They would have to...
Her voice is exactly like Blake Lively's. And
that kind of concerns me, too, because the younger characters are just as important as the older characters. They need a lot of screen time, too. And if you're still in the casting phase for your early, like, the young ones, then that kind of tells me that they're not going to have a huge part in the movie. Which I'm like, Justin, what is going on, bro? What is happening?
You know what? I trust Justin, and I'm just going to pray that it comes to the end, because he hasn't let me down. Team Raphael.
Okay, and so that was one of our
main topics. Our main topics. Yes. So our next one. Okay, some Bachelor Nation news. Okay, I'm gonna go over I believe like 2 or 3 things. So we obviously follow The Bachelor here, and the last season, Zach Shallcross and Katie Bigar released their engagement photos. Cute. So that's kind of our first good indication. I think they're gonna
last. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like, it just makes sense. They live in the same city. They seem like the same kind of personality. Mm-hmm. She's like best friends with all of his other exes.
Yeah, I don't know. I could never. Right. But I also think that it was very obvious that there was never like, oh, who will he pick? It was very obvious that he liked the other girls, but this was like his go-to
Like Katie
girl.
was his number one when they had that overnight date.
That was
sure.
and that was her first date.
Yeah, and that was like lock and key.
Yeah, and they've always been on the same page. I want to get married. I want to have kids. I want to start a family. It's never been like, let's do a long engagement. Let's see how it figures out. They were both on
they're
the same
fast
page.
tracking. They're ready to go. And speaking of kind of like Shallcross and all the leads, so obviously Bachelor in Paradise, I think they're in the casting phase of it. And Katie Thurston was asked in one of those Instagram Q&As about Bachelor in Paradise with question marks. She said there are enough leads going. 1,000% think Rachel Ricci is going. I think that's how you pronounce her last name.
I think so. I think that would be fine. I just like, why can't you be like why can't you be on it just because you were a lead? Like,
I think it's like frowned upon, but it's dumb to me because what's her name? Shoot, she's having a kid with Aaron.
Becca.
Becca went on it, and like she's literally she got married. She's having a kid with the guy. Like he wasn't like he was the villain in Katie's season. Like it worked out for her, and she was a lead. Like it's gonna make you a commodity, and I think that's what the fear is because the lower level people they're like, well, if I'm going lead,
if there's so many, it's like competition.
But if there's so many leads, I'm just like, who else do you think it'd be? I don't think it's gonna be Gabby because I think she said no. I think maybe Clayton. I think they said Pilot Pete might go.
Stop it.
Right? Oh no, I would love to see Ariel go.
Oh, me too.
I would love. She's gonna be a hot commodity.
Gabby, the other Gabby.
When
you say Gabby, you mean Gabby?
Gabby Bachelorette.
Okay,
I think she said no.
Yeah,
to
she
going.
said no. Yeah, so I want Gabby.
Gabby from Zach's season.
I would want them. I would want who kind of like, kind of left alone last season of Paradise. Yesenia, was that her name?
Yesenia, yeah. And then I don't know if we reported it here. I'm pretty sure we did
Teddy.
that. Teddy's already engaged. Yeah.
That was so
super
quick.
cute. Yeah, it was cute, and she's already living with him. But it was what's his name? The Serene and Brandon. They broke up.
They broke up.
I doubt one of them would go back on there. Maybe.
What's her name? Michelle.
Michelle. That's right.
That's a great one.
That would be a good one.
I think she would do it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Like, it would make sense because Becca didn't. She was the host of the podcast. Right now, Michelle's a host. Like, why not go?
Yeah. We're available. Just kidding.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting, the Bachelor in Paradise thing. And then right now, obviously, Charity's gearing up. A lot of promotions are coming out about her season of The Bachelorette, which is slated for June 26th. I had sent Yost, but we didn't get a chance to really review it. But they're already kind of announcing who is on the cast list, all the men. I saw a video of one of the pages like judging all of the men that were speaking. But yeah, I'm sure all those cast members are going to be coming out soon. All the men.
Have they announced all of them, or just I saw a little bit of the video.
I think the video just came out, or I don't know if they preview the video. I'm not sure.
If then they're out. If the guys are out, we'll make our votes of like who we pick. Like
who's gonna
obviously
be
just by looks.
Yeah.
Who we would pick? Who is the villain?
Yes, we should totally do that.
We should do some.
Yeah, we'll do that for the next one, the next episode.
Another Bachelor, news is the Golden Bachelor, which
oh my god.
Okay, I have to read this because I thought it was so funny how this article said it. It said, will there be a fantasy suite? That and other questions will be answered when ABC premieres The Golden Bachelor, a senior version of the Bachelor franchise debuting this fall. After more than 20 years of fostering young love on The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and Bachelor in Paradise, The Golden Bachelor showcases a whole new kind of love story, one for the golden years. An ABC press release for the show released. What do you consider the age? Seniors, it says senior citizens.
So it's going to be,
do you think
60?
No,
not 60. I think it's going to be 70 to 80.
No way, Brenda. No way. No way. 70 to 80? Are we going to wheel them in?
Well, I'm like, what?
You're like, Al Pacino just had a kid.
Right? Is it 65 and plus? Isn't that considered senior citizen?
But I would say, I think they'll cast like 55-year-olds.
Well, then again, this this franchise is notorious for casting like 18, 20-year-olds is like the thing, but
70. Yeah.
from like the hospital wing, like y'all can,
No way. I think I'll start from 50 or 55.
I think
Even though I don't consider that senior citizen, but I think
are we going to be recapping?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? It's probably going to be more savage because they don't give a shit about anything. They're probably like, I've probably been divorced 3 times.
True. I think it's going to be, I mean, has there ever been a show like that?
I don't think so.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Just because you also have to think about how are these people fans of The Bachelor? Do they know how it works? Do you know there's fantasy suites? Do you know like your parents have to meet them? You know, like
you want to meet my grandkids?
Yeah,
like a whole like, family.
So I wonder. I'm just interested who signed up for this. It's gonna be a boy first, obviously. Will it be
Grandpa Joe?
Grandpa Joe.
Gabby's Grandpa Joe.
Oh yeah. See.
See that age range.
No way. I think it's gonna be like who would be like I want to not that they'll look like George Clooney, but that age range. I think he's 16 maybe.
I'm thinking like Golden Girls, kind of like
Golden Girls. They were like in their 50s or something.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
like Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Batch.
But I don't know. But we'll see. I'm excited for the release. So actually the Golden Bachelor is set to air Monday nights after Dancing with the Stars, which is coming back on ABC.
Whippy. And Tyra's out, so thank God.
We love Dancing with the Stars too.
And that's the Bachelor Nation world. Now let's get into another world that we're constantly, I mean, it's just a plethora of information.
It really is. I don't even know if we're going to cover everything. Just like, it's just so much. Let's talk about Taylor Allison Swift because a lot has happened since our 2-week hiatus. First, let's talk about, she came out with new music. She came out with an Ice Spice remix of Karma. It was fact. It was
clear his throat.
It was like decent.
Yeah.
Let's moving on. And she came out with 2 songs, You're Losing Me and It Hits Different.
That was from like album, like the sale of this copy. It was on that album, but just was never released digitally.
Which one? Hits different, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're Losing Me is only on CD copies that you could buy at the concert. It is so annoying because the only way to listen to it right now is TikTok because YouTube has copyrighted everywhere. It's not on streaming services. So, but everyone's talking about it because she should make it available because that single would go number 1.
Yeah, because everyone wants to know because it's obviously about Joe and Joe.
A difficult spot.
I feel like that validates more of the theory. Not that Midnights is a complete breakup album, but the fact that there was issues and she was feeding off of their issues that they've been going through. So I totally think that it's been a long time coming for them to break up. We can go on and on.
I know. So that's her new music, and then of course she had her New Jersey / MetLife shows. Guys,
I am so mad.
MetLife Night 1.
Literally hate every one of you.
You guys won. Like you got Maroon. You got Getaway Car.
You got Getaway Car
with Jack Antonoff.
I knew she was gonna. I was actually confused because I never saw New York on the thing, but then he explained to me like in New Jersey that's the biggest stadium. I was like 1,000% she's gonna play all of her New York kind of songs in New York, and Getaway Car just happened to be one of them. I just hope that you get good. I'm noticing a trend.
I'm not. I'm the second to last day. All those songs are going to be gone.
Oh, I was going to say, like, I'm noticing a trend where she has her best songs on the Fridays.
Yeah.
She hates Sunday. She hates Sunday. She hates Sunday Arlington.
I would love if my show would have Pictures to Burn. Like Pictures to Burn, you know?
Hasn't she played that song already?
Has she?
I think she has. You're just another picture to burn. I think she played that in Nashville.
Did she? I thought she played...
She played a lot of her debut songs in Nashville.
Which one was it? Which one's the one where like, oh, tell mine you're gay, by the way. Have you ever heard that theory?
No.
I think it's pictures to burn. So this is hilarious. It's like you could tell your friends I'm up crazy and obsessive. That's the original one says, that's fine. I'll tell mine you're gay. But people were like, oh, that's so offensive. And then it got changed to, and by the way, I'll say, and then she just changed it to that. But now people are like, that's not really like, this is just what I seen on TikTok. I don't have no idea. It's not really like anti-gay because you're saying you'll start that rumor about them so people don't go and try to hook up with him. So people are like, call it the homophobic version. He's like, it's okay to be like homophobic. And so people are guessing, trying to figure out, will she go original when she re-releases or
True. I don't know what song, but I thought I had heard that one.
No, it's the You Should Have Said No.
Oh, You Should Have Said No.
That's a classic. That's the one she has saying. Pictures to Burn.
Okay.
But I don't know. At this point, like all mine have gone. Mirrorball, Cowboy, like me, and then mine was Clean.
I just wanted to hear anything but Jump and Fall and the other one that I got. Literally,
Getaway Car, Maroon.
I'm so
False
mad.
God. False God is
Wasn't she like crying at the end of that?
Yeah, False God is so underrated. And it's one of my favorite. Crazy thing.
So they were like, we don't know if she's crying because it reminds her so much of Joe, or we don't know if she's crying because it's such a obscure song, and the fact that this whole stadium is singing, the fact that they're singing it is like, oh my God. Also, night 2, MetLife, I couldn't even hear the girls sing. They were screaming at her. I'm like, when does this become a competition? Like, everyone's trying to be the loudest crowd. Like, just go.
Yeah.
I want to hear her sing.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like there's
she also on night 1 she did a whole different wardrobe change. She
brought new clothes.
Yeah, a new Lover outfit, a new Evermore outfit. She premiered her music video. Like, gosh, you guys. God.
I'm so excited for Reputation. If that little clip of her with like the devils around her or whatever the horns.
I'm so curious as to why she really hasn't played that many Reputation like songs in her solos. Getaway Car is like the only exception because it reminds her too much of Joe, because that's when they started dating. Like that's the beginning. Like, Call It What You Want. I'm curious if she's ever gonna play that song.
Did she already play Dress?
No.
Sorry. Okay, that's another one that I'm not gonna get anything good.
I wonder if she'd get emotional singing those songs that are about Joe.
I think it's like any breakup. I think it depends on the day.
Yeah.
Like, so it depends if she's sad that day or if she's mad that day at him. It's just interesting to see. But no, her concerts have been good. She's heading to Chicago this weekend, so we'll try to see what
happens there. And
she's probably isn't there? I'm gonna take off my earrings. Isn't there?
Y'all played Maroon?
How dare you, Taylor? I'm taking off my hoops.
What was I gonna say? Really quickly, the issue with Maddie Healy.
Okay. So let's talk about now Taylor Swift outside of her concert, which is, first let's point out she's been having these parties at Electric Lady and
1989. She's re-recording 1989 with all her girlfriends there.
But new girlfriends, right? Because Florence was there. Florence from Florence and the Machine.
Oh.
So now I'm thinking, are you singing
Collab,
with her?
maybe.
Kendrick Lamar was there, which obviously Bad Blood.
It's just total vibe. Like, she's in New York. She's dating. She's with her girlfriends. They're going out and about. She's in her 1989 vibe, and she is re-recording 1989. That's my theory.
You think that's next after Speak Now?
I think she's gonna go in order. Because what's after Speak Now? It's
Speak Now is Red, but that already came out.
So I think it's gonna be 1989 next.
Yeah, makes sense. But I don't know. I'm just scared that she goes by vibes, right? So Red is very much a fall thing. She's releasing it she released it in the fall. 1989 is such a summer.
She's not gonna release it till next year because July. She's coming out with Speak Now. Maybe she's working on new music too.
That's what I think. She's also working on new music, but she just came. I mean, I'm not complaining, but.
And that's my whole thing. Like, is it intentional?
But like, why? I just don't get it just frustrates me. Like, why wouldn't you just like drop all your re-releases? Because the more people look at your concert, they like want to play stuff. And it's like, we want to give you the credit.
Yeah.
But there's,
But she's dating Maddie Healy, which not all of her fans are super happy about.
I woke up to him.
Oh my God, Yos, are you?
I woke up to news that him and her have probably
broken up, which is good for her career because honestly, this guy's too problematic.
There has been so much controversial, especially with the Ice Spice stuff,
and that's what everyone's saying. Like, did she just link up with Ice Spice to make up for all of his comments, basically saying all these racist things about Ice Spice during a podcast? And he recently did an interview or did a podcast where he was like, in essentially said, oh, I really don't care. That's not even a big deal. Like, I don't know why everyone's making such a big deal out of it.
So basically, someone asked, he was on a podcast. The host asked him about Ice Spice. The host said she's just like a chubby, like Asian woman and like something else. And then, which Maddie didn't say that, but he did laugh. But then they proceeded to make fun of like Pacific, Asian Pacific and Asian accents. Now he apparently addressed it at a concert and just says like, no, like I just don't want to like, I love Ice Spice, I love you. I'm not a dick, I promise. And that was kind of like what he said, I think, at a concert. Then he had that interview recently and it was brought up and he kind of said like, people don't care. Like, people are making a bit, like, people aren't offended by what I said. Like, it's just, like, not a big deal. Like, people, he gave the example. It's like, people don't just sit around upset about what I say. And then when their partner comes in and says what's wrong, they don't say, Maddie Healy, like, did this and this. I'm like, sir, that's exactly what we do.
Yeah, this is what we're doing right now.
Like, we are talking about you. So then
it's like never being like, I'm sorry if my words were taken out of context. It's not what I meant. I never meant to cause any harm. It's just like, yeah, it's not what I meant. Like, guys, stop making a big deal. Relax.
It's not what I meant. And even if, like, I didn't hurt anyone because no one cares what I say. I'm like, yeah, you do. So then, this was last week, though. But Maddie Healy was in the UK for a concert where he addressed the crowd. This is what he said. Is it all a bit? Is it sincere? Will he ever address it? All these questions and more will be ignored in the next hour. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1975. This, so obviously alluding to his relationship with Swift. And then Swift has also alluded to the romance while on stage at her concert in Foxborough, which is 2 weekends ago, Massachusetts. She told her fans that she's never been this happy in her life. And that things finally make sense for her. But a lot could happen in 2 weeks.
I think that they're just dating around and that she was obviously trying to get back at Joe by dating a British guy. I read somewhere
that that Joe is upset because is hurt to know that she is dating someone that he was always told that they were just friends because they've been each other, like, they know each other for years. I don't know.
Maybe they were, but like I'm sure they probably lost that spark, and
So he's in the UK right now, but if they are boyfriend and girlfriend, something, we should see him within the next week.
Yeah.
Whether it's at the concert. We didn't see him at all in
New York.
So whether it's at this concert in Chicago or her off days, which she is in New York.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. With that, let's get into our recaps really quickly. We're just going to kind of talk about the last few episodes of the Kardashians.
I did not watch the second episode, but I can tell you this.
Trust me, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I can tell you this. The first episode of the new season was not good. Really, what all we get, we know the baby's name. Scott Disick is back, and we kind of get a preview. Maybe Kim speaks a little bit more about Kanye and the issue. She just cries more on camera about it.
So I'll tell you. So in this second episode, I forced myself to watch it. No offense, it's just not good right now. Yeah, she's just kind of like, and she said in an interview, like, I try my best to keep everything about him away from the kids. Like, they just watch Apple TV. They don't watch cable, like, at all, because I don't want them to know what my husband is doing, and I'm hoping that when they're older, they'll appreciate the fact that I handled everything with grace. Like, I watched out for them. So that was, she settled that whole thing, which was the cliffhanger to this new episode. It dives more into Khloe's melanoma. So this is the episode where you see them like cut. You see the incision. Like she says, yeah, like I have to go back because they want to biopsy some more. But they did cut out the tumor from her face. So we get to see that. Her and Kim kind of talk about the fact that they're reading reviews from season 2, the Kardashians, and they're reading an article where it's basically like Kim and Khloe don't go enough into their lives, and they're like, what do you want from us? We already reveal everything. Like, people are upset that she didn't go into her surrogacy and her relationship with Tristan, and she's like, I was so confused. I was going through a lot during that period. I shared what I could, and with Kim, it was like, why don't we see more of Pete? And she was like, I'm not going to force somebody to be on my TV show. Like, we were dating and it was genuine. I'm not going to be like, oh, by the way, let's go record this episode. Like, he was in it as much as he wanted to be in it. And then you just see, of course, Kourtney and Kylie just endorsing their products. Kourtney's endorsing Lemmy, her new like thing.
Gummies.
Honestly, she almost had me. She almost had me, and I'm like, wait, is this an advertisement? And then Kylie, she went to Milan to go see how her products get made, whatever. And that was the episode. Scott got into like a car accident, but he's fine. And yeah, that was all 43 minutes. I'm like, y'all just make it 30 minutes, please. Y'all don't have anything interesting going on. The only thing was interesting was like Khloe and like what she's going through, and like
I did the first episode. It was so interesting. She was very honest about the struggles of surrogacy, of her like the attachment to the child, because the child was not, conceived inside or grew inside of her. And that was interesting because I think it brought it a light to typically something we don't see, because we saw Cam do so well. She didn't
really
it.
Like get into anything about it. Yeah,
she was just like, oh, like for me it wasn't a big deal, like I just knew. And Khloe has, at that time, she says she's been struggling because doesn't mean she doesn't love her kid. It was just a transaction for her, and it felt a little icky, which I mean, yeah, like you think about it, like how it's like, baby, go to the next room. And
that's how she described it, like very much transactional. And I just remembered the other thing that they're getting into is that Kim is working with Dolce & Gabbana on that whole thing, creative directing their show, and she's just basically picking out the outfits that she's going to go do that. And then the next episode, it's kind of previewing that they're already getting ready for the show, that the show's going to happen with Dolce & Gabbana.
And does Kourtney already know?
She said, she kind of like glazed through it. She's like, yeah, I spoke to Kourtney. I explained like first it was supposed to be a collab between Skims and Dolce & Gabbana, but then it just became them asking me to creative direct. And then she never gets into like, oh, she's bothered. Like, so it's going to come later on. But yeah, that is.
I think I would have liked a Skim collab with, not that I can afford it or anything.
Yeah.
But, interesting. So we'll see. Season better be good.
Yeah. And with that,
Vanderpump Rules.
Let's get into the Vanderpump Rules of it all, guys.
Brenda already watched the second episode of the reunion.
It doesn't really worth the watch.
Yeah,
honestly.
so the finale happened. We didn't do
2 weeks ago,
but we didn't talk about it, right?
No.
Okay, so the finale kind of just like, it was interesting. It just picks up right when the news comes out, that there was an affair because they had stopped shooting.
Yes, exactly.
And it's just so like heart-wrenching.
Did we talk about the episode prior to the finale? I don't think we did, where they have something about the sandwich shop party, and they're back at Sir, and Raquel is basically asking Ariana, like, what is your all sex life like?
Oh my God.
That was so hard to watch because we know the reason why she's asking. It's to seek validation in the fact that she's having an affair with your boyfriend, and I need to hear from your words that you all are having a terrible life. And that was not the case. And you could see it in her face. She was just like, oh, this is not. And the way that she confronts Katie, like, you really need to think about how you talk to Shorts. Who are you, woman? Who are you? But this Rachel is not a person. She's not. I don't understand.
Okay,
this woman.
You know when they're like trying to pull the card of like, oh, it's because she's young and she was persuaded. She's 28, right?
Yeah.
She's not 22.
A year younger than me. And
I thought she was 22 or 23. She's 28. Like, no.
No, like, her throughout this whole thing, the finale, the reunions, not a single tear I've seen come down her face. But this girl will cry about aging out of beauty pageants. She will weep and sob about not being able to enter a beauty pageant at age, I don't even know what. And you won't cry about having sex with your best friend's life partner. Yes, that is something that does not deserve Rachel's tears.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. But, leading up to it, we all know the tension was coming. So when it finally came out and you find out how she found out, and then Sheena is so affected by it. And I get it. Like,
Sheena is Sheena always makes everything about her, and that's what I've been learning.
And I get it. The fact she's like, I can't even punch her. Like, that was so funny. But I get it. Like, I think she might have been ride or die for Scandoval, like, in private, and she always thought, like, wow.
Ariana has always been Tom's number one advocate. I'm already on season 5 right now. They've been dating for 3 seasons now, essentially. And she even said this in a podcast, like, it was hard for me in the reunion not to, like, explain what he's trying to say, because I would do that all the time. I'd be like, oh, this is what Tom meant to say. Like, she's always defending Tom constantly. So, and she said this in Call Her Daddy, the podcast, like, when she was at Tom's watching him perform, she just felt like this divine intervention, like, I need to look through his phone because it's right here. And if she wouldn't have looked through his phone, who knows where we would be in this whole thing. And also,
she probably doesn't do it. Okay, I don't know if she does it often.
She doesn't. She said she didn't.
Because remember how he's like, I usually delete those stuff. And I'm
like, right? What? He's just, and the whole thing was him just blaming her. Like, oh, well, you were suspicious. If you were suspicious, you just followed me all over the place. Like, this is your partner trusting you. Oh, the audacity for her to trust that your word is Bible. Like, the audacity of your partner to do that. Like, how dare you? Like, stop trying to... And he did this with Kristen. So it is true that there's such parallels from when he was dating Kristen, and him and Ariana made out at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas. But that's the level of cheating that happened within that.
Yeah.
This is your best friend.
Yeah.
Like, this is your best friend. And so the way he justifies cheating on them is the exact same. Oh, our sex life was in shambles. Oh, she would talk down to me. She would bully me. Oh, she didn't care about me. He said that. It's like conversations.
Oh, really?
The same exact thing.
Wow.
And so you are the problem, Tom Sandoval. Like, you are a worm with a mustache, essentially.
It's a lot. And then, we find out, we see Sheena confront him. We see his interaction with Ariana, which is just like, at the end, she was strong the whole time. And then at the end, she was like, I would have done anything for you. Like, I would have done anything. And I'm like, ugh.
Even when she was talking to Raquel, she's like, oh my, Raquel asked her, do you even, like, are you still into Tom? She's like, oh my God, I think he's the hottest person. She was so in love with him. And in the reunion, so we learned that, according to Sheena in one of the unseen clips, apparently Tom started flirting with Raquel in Coachella. And so allegedly Tom and her were in the hot tub when Ariana went to bed, and Tom was like, oh, we're open, right? And that's kind of a rumor that had been going around in season 10, where they said it was Katie originally who said it, but no, like, this is how it got started. Allegedly, their affair started in January, so it's been almost a year of them. Like, first it was a kiss, and then they
stopped,
and then they have been sleeping with each other ever since. And I don't know. What Sheena was saying was that when I guess they started their affair, that Ariana told her, oh, me and Tom are in such a great place right now. Our sex life is better. And Tom is telling Raquel, oh, we're terrible. Like, that is when he started their affair, when they were in a good place. So this man is willing to start affairs at any point, and then just be like, oh, it's because I just don't don't see it anymore. Like, that's why you break up with somebody. You don't have a whole ass affair with their best friend.
Need to go into that. It's just interesting also that in the reunion in that first episode, what's his name? James Kennedy and Lala are just like bashing hard, but they don't really have anything to do with it. Katie's pretty quiet. And Ariana in the back, Rachel in the back listening to everything and just like no reaction.
Even when, and so I think in this episode, it was in the episode 4-2, Sheena's basically telling Andy, like, because Andy asked about the restraining order, and Sheena was like, like, I've been going through a really hard time. Like, my child sees me crying, and one time she had an anxiety attack from how stressed out I was. She started having an anxiety attack. And meanwhile, Rachel's in the back watching, not a single tear, not a single ounce of remorse. Like, this was somebody who was defending you, literally said, oh, I would trust Rachel with my husband in the bed. Like, she is not human. Rachel is not human. She has no shred of remorse.
Yeah.
Even in this episode, she's kind of explaining to Andy how things got started. And Andy is like, so you're basically blaming Ariana for this right now. And I love Andy Cohen for calling these people out. That's why, like, when they do podcasts, I feel like those podcasters are being so softball on them. Since Andy has known them for so long.
And I think it's fair when he's just like, okay, we can't be too hypocritical because there has been like so many cheatings. But I get the severity, the difference.
It's never been this level.
It's been, they hooked up and then, whatever. But this was a full-on 7-month affair relationship between, and it's always been like my boyfriend hooked up with a friend, like someone in our group. It wasn't like my direct best friend in the group, So I do see the difference.
Even the affairs in the beginnings of the season, they're all sleeping with each other. So it's behavior amongst all of them. I think that they're adults now. They're in their 40s.
That's another thing.
Like, why are you continuing this behavior? And in this latest episode, the Toms point out the fact that James has a drinking problem, which he does. You could see it. But he's like, you all have been having a drinking problem lately. And that's what Ariana's thing was. Like, Tom, your idea of intimacy is us hang gliding and taking peyote I just want to watch a movie with you on the weekend. Like, that is the age that I'm at. Why are you a 20-year-old who still wants to go get hammered on a Monday night? Like, make it make sense. But that's who Rachel, that's what Rachel provides for them, is that lifestyle that they want. This last episode, finally, they're going to get to Rachel's part because...
And a big reveal.
Rumor
has it is that Lisa knew about the affair.
Yeah. Another rumor is that Rachel's pregnant, but Ariana was asked about that rumor during Call Her Dad, and she said, I doubt that that's true. But we'll see. I was actually listening to the Nick Vile podcast with Ariana's best friend, and I think he might talk about the big reveal, but I'm not sure.
We'll tune in. We'll have to definitely recap.
I am so excited to recap the finale next week.
I'll watch it like that night then.
Do you have Bravo TV?
I have Hulu TV right now.
Oh, you have Hulu TV.
I my sisters.
I'm just gonna wake up super early the next day and watch it because.
We'll do that. Yeah, either that or I don't know how it works, but I'll figure it out.
Well, guys, it was so fun to go over everything. Yay.
We got it through after 2 weeks.
Woo-hoo. Well, yeah. If you are in our book club, make sure to click the next clip because we're going to get into our book of May.
We'll have the book club episode is also being released on this same day, so be sure to check that out. Of course, follow us on Instagram, Pop Off the Clock, and that's where you'll find all of our good stuff, or you could also visit our YouTube part playlist. The link is in our Instagram, and just watch our video, share it, love us or hate us. Just give us the views.
Bye, guys.